Hello guys, good day. So today basically I want us to look at the chart on the monthly time frame actually, and also extend it down to this trading view terminal. So now what I want us to do is let's go down to the main MT5 section. Yeah, this is where you can find the running trade we took, and you can see where we took our trade. We've been holding it for a lot of days. You can see it. This is like, I would say this is like the best trade we've taken so far this year. Yeah, this is the best trade we've taken so far this year. Now let's get back to, okay, so basically the information I want us to get on this terminal or on this place is basically looking at the monthly time frame. Now you have a lot of lines you can see on my chart. I basically did these markups because there were lines of sensitivity you get. So there were lines of sensitivity. So now looking at this chart, one thing we can easily see is we can see that an it's been an uptrend, but we were able to catch the reversal. And for me, if I'm able to even hold this trade till this point, I'm going to really appreciate that. But let's see what happens at this area. You understand? So let's see if we're able to hold the trade up to this point and maybe furthermore to the downside. That would be a nice one. But I'm expecting a lot of. I entered at a good point, so I'm expecting a lot of consolidation around this zone, maybe to the downside. So let's get back to our trading view terminal. Let's see what we have. We've already seen that we're on a downtrend. So one thing I was able to do was I was able to move down to the line graph. You get? I was able to move down to the line graph and fix my trend line. So now when I fixed my trend line, I simply did something, which is taking an entry from the earlier point, which was around here basically. I would still show you how I got that. Now price was at this high here. One thing I saw was there was a kind of rejection coming from different places, which is rejection 1, rejection 2, rejection 3, and rejection 4. So these rejections basically, as a basic trader, you already understand that something is happening in the market. You understand? And looking at the fact that price has been pushing to the upside all the way from this point, you would understand that it would either be weak at this area and we could expect price to tank or drop to the downside. Now, looking at this whole thing, I was able to also pick this information here. Now, one would ask, why am I using the line graph? Now, I'm using the line graph because the line graph is what gives the best level of interpretation. You understand? So the line graph is able to give us a better interpretation. Now I'm using the line graph on the 4 hour on the daily time frame. Now if we go down to the lower time frame, you see that we can tweak things down. Now when I drew this trend line, I understood that whenever price breaks this trend line, I am in for a long-term sell, at least to this point. You understand? At least to this point. Now markets could change, something else could happen, but then this is what we are looking out for. Since we've gotten this break here, break of our trend line, and then we can see multiple levels of resistance. We can also see another level of resistance which has been broken into. We could see price either retesting this zone, and then it's a very good one if we see a clear break of trend line and reaction here to be a very good one to hold sales to this level. Now maybe that could be re-entering more positions, or depending on whatever happens. Now I won't be checking the 8 hours time frame because we will not really get much information there. Why? Because we have the 4 hours time frame to check. So getting to the 4 hours time frame, let's see. So let's see what the 4 hours time frame has for us basically. I don't know, it's taking time. I didn't save this markup, so if I have to refresh it, then the whole markup will be out. Okay, very good. So basically, I don't want to save it though because I already have my saved markups. I don't want to open that. Just want us to do a fresh analysis. So basically on this one thing we can easily see is we can see price pushing to the upside. At least this is a good level. You understand? We have this as a good level, this point, and then this point and this zone. So looking at everything, things are aligning properly. Yeah, things are aligning properly. On this particular trade we are holding, it's already up about 560 something dollars thereabouts. We took 4 positions using 0.55. You can see it here now. Now 0.55 is the smallest lot size, guys. This is the smallest lot size on deriv. So if we had entered higher positions, you can imagine how much. But then that is what it is. Let's get back to this. So now with this trend line, we can simply do one thing, which is adjusting the trend line. Adjusting the trend line basically. Yeah, so adjusting the trend line and it aligns here. Then this is where I draw my trend line to the this is the last point. On 4 hours I end my major trend lines on 4 hours. So on the 1 hour time frame, I think we can now go to 1 hour time frame to see what made us make our entry. And then for an anticipation, I already told you we could be expecting price to either make a retrace to this area, and then we take our confirmation to roll down to this point. So this is what we're expecting. Obviously we don't expect it to just drop massively to the downside, but if it does that, then it's a bonus. You understand? It's a bonus. So that's what we are anticipating on that one. Okay, so let's see. So now let's go to the 1 hour time frame and let's see what the 1 hour time frame has for us. I initially didn't want this video to be long. I just want it to be a little bit short. But you know, whenever it comes to analyzing the market, it's you just have to give details. You just have to give details, help people understand it well, and it's what it is. So here we have this point, mark this, and then we have this point marked up. So another thing I did again, which yes I did that, was I marked from this point again to this point. Now I didn't mark from here to this area. I don't think I did that. But some persons will still want to do this markup from here. I like just marking, getting 2 markups. So but if you can see with this one, you can still see the message. You would have been able to enter a sell from this point, hold all the way, and continue to the downside. So there was a sell confirmation here, and this one, if you are taking the sell confirmation, you'd have been tapped out and reactions and all of that. So basically this trend line from this zone to this zone, this was our confirmation here that we are getting sales around here basically. So that was our confirmation. We took sales all the way to the downside. We are still holding. So I am expecting price to retrace into this zone, maybe to tap this level of support and create something that we can begin to drop to the downside. So that's what we have for Volatility 25, guys. Do have a wonderful day. Peace. Alright, let me just take it to the chart. On the chart, basically we didn't really use much of the charts because we just simply analyze using the line graph. So let me see. There's nothing much to do. It's just what we saw. Nothing much. We just simply will be waiting maybe for price to do its thing and we get in again. So that's it, guys. Peace, love, one love, guys.